Good afternoon, everybody. This is Lorraine, Alternative Homesteading. And as you can see here, we've got no water. It's disappeared. As much as the rain, we had flooding here. Oh, did you see that glitch? Did you see the glitch in the phone? That's because I've got radio frequencies right over here. Right over here, folks. But anyway, I wanted to talk about stalking, cyber-stalking and harassment. And I purchased a book called Stopping a Stalker. This book is actually written quite a while ago in the 1990s, 1998, by a police officer. Okay, so I started reading it today because one of you subscribers sent me a link to a video that NirvGorilla concocted about me. And what he did is he took a screenshot of my channel, my videos, and is defaming me. He's defaming and slandering me on his monetized channel. And he's saying that I call myself a targeted individual. Okay, folks, I would like to see where in my videos I have called myself a targeted individual. I can't even stand that terminology. So this man is telling me that I have mental issues. Okay, I am a psychologist. Okay, I've got 2 degrees in psychology, but I'm not going to go into the great detail here because we know nothing about Dan French, Dan Lowe, Don Lowe, Josh Anderson, NirvGorilla, Jitsi, ViOP, Crime Bow, Pain Bow, whatever he calls himself. He's a cyber stalker. Okay, and I'm going to read you the definitions here because my birds are flying around. It's really cool. Okay, so let's go here. Now, this is written by a police officer, folks, and he's retired, and he had 30 years of police experience. He's interviewed hundreds of stalking victims. Okay? And he wrote this book about it. And we're going to read some of this for you. First, I'm going to read the contents. And I'm going to show you. Okay? Stalking in America. Who and what are stalkers? Intimate partner stalking, casual acquaintance stalking, stranger stalking, stalking of juveniles, celebrity stalking, cause stalking, revenge stalking, electronic stalking, serial stalking, unintentional and third-party victims of stalking, physiological and psychological effects of stalking, how stalkers get their information and how to stop them, the criminal justice system and stalking, and what can a victim do? What can society do? Okay, so that is the content section. And I'm going to read you some of what I have discovered here, folks. So I've taken some notes, and we're going to, who and what are stalkers? Okay, so there is repetition, persistence, okay, and he went on to start off by defining what stalking was for this one individual who received a sentence of 6 months in jail. So stalkers like this person are obviously not normal people, although many stalkers are worse than him and have mental problems that demand immediate institutionalization. Others have problems that demand, at minimum, long-term psychiatric help. Almost all stalkers have some type of mental or emotional problem. Stalkers will go across town, country, or even to different continents in order to continue their stalking. Stable people simply do not continue, and often in the face of years of rejection, to pursue someone. It is not normal, folks. Now, I'm just going to say first and foremost, NirvGorilla, also known as Josh Anderson, Don Lowe, Dan French, he's obviously a cyber stalker. Other people have complained about him. Okay, I have contacted the police about him, but I'm not exactly sure of his name and location, and that is a major issue. So I'm giving a shout out to people who can find out his exact name and exact location, and I want this guy arrested. Okay, I have taken a screenshot now of his latest video, and he leaves a comment down below that he has downloaded the transcripts to over 400 of my videos. So this guy, he gave the evidence. He left the evidence right there on his page. He is stalking my channel. He is tagging my subscribers who are not subscribed to his channel, and he is harassing me, stalking me. I received an email from him. In the subject heading is my now physical address. Okay, I did not open it. I took a screenshot of it, but this guy is researching me. Okay, he's researching me and tormenting me. So anyway, I've got something, let's see. Well, I'm hoping that this is recording because I see a lock button, a lock message that just popped up. Okay, so there are 3 types of stalkers. They're sorted into 3 major groups. One is the simple obsession stalker. They refuse to accept that you're not interested in them. They suffer from personality disorders, including being emotionally immature, extremely jealous and insecure, and suffer from low self-esteem, and quite often feel powerless without the relationship. Researchers have found that they are domineering and abusive to their partners during a relationship and use this domination as a way to bolster their own self-esteem. Without this control, they feel that they will have no self-worth. And this is a total dependence on their partners or whomever it is that they're stalking for their identity and feelings of self-worth. So what he does is he's stalking my channel. I'm a highly educated woman, okay? Not only am I an educated woman, but I'm a very creative person. But I'm not going to go into all of my wonderful attributes for the sake of this video. I don't need to prove myself to anybody. But this guy, he's a nobody wanting to be a somebody. And he is stalking my channel. And we need to find out why. Is he being paid? Is he just like, one of my crazy neighbors who happened to have gone to jail and is now disappeared? Maybe he's in replace of my crazy neighbors. Maybe he's hired. Maybe he's a handler that has hired him to stalk me. But either way, these people are not normal. And we know that the fusion centers hire people like this because of these dysfunctional personality qualities or traits. Okay, so I'm going to turn the page here because I've highlighted a lot of information that is very important, not only in light of this cyber-stalker, but for any targeted person, any person that is a victim of stalking, harassment, or any crime, okay? These people are loners. They don't have strong emotional relationships. Police find that most love obsession stalkers have fantasized a complete relationship with the person they are stalking. Their ultimate possession is murder. They really look at homicide and suicide as a change of address. Their death is not extinction. But the killer plans on a reunion with the victim so they can live happily ever after in Gaga land. Okay? So this is a different type of stalker. This is the love stalker, right? The love obsession stalkers. And according to the National Victim Center, the vast majority of love obsessional stalkers suffer from a mental disorder, often schizophrenia or paranoia. Regardless of the specific disorder, nearly all display some kind of delusional thought patterns and behaviors. They retreat into a life of fantasy relationships with a person they hardly know. It's more childlike emotion. Some of these love obsession stalkers suffer from a condition called erotomania. Stalkers suffering from this disorder have the delusion that they are loved intensely by another person, usually of a higher socioeconomic status than them, or an unattainable public figure. This delusional love relationship is often seen by stalkers as the idealized love or a perfect pairing. Love obsession stalkers are totally convinced that the stalking victims love them dearly and truly, like, give me an interview. Now, if you didn't give me an interview, this is why I'm doing these videos about you. Right? That's what he does. He sends me emails. If you would have taken an interview with me, I wouldn't have to publicly shame you. Well, guess what? You're being publicly shamed. Okay? Because you are a cyber stalker. You are a little weenie boy, lost in your little internet weenie world. And you want to download this transcript? Go right ahead. I'm going to make it public. I want everybody to share this video about stalking and cyber stalking, okay? Included in this group are stalkers who pursue movie stars or other famous people, believing that they are married to them or have some secret relationship with the star. And we all know, we've heard about these kinds of people in the newspaper, right? So now there are the other stalkers, okay? Some stalkers harass their victims, not out of love, but out of hate. Occasionally, stalking becomes a method of revenge for some misdeed against the stalker, real or imagined, like, you didn't take an interview with me. Wah, wah, wah. I'm going to have a little hissy baby fit. Wah, wah, wah. I'm going to create a little video about you and defame you and shame you because you won't take an interview with me. Poor little baby weenie boy. Okay. So, these people can be especially dangerous, especially if they have been several killings in recent years by stalkers at abortion clinics. Okay, I can't really even say that word here. It is important to know these traits. Okay, now remember, this is written by a retired police officer with 30 years of experience. The traits that all stalkers possess, okay, all. Stalkers will not take no for an answer. They refuse to believe that a victim is not interested in them. Like, I do not want an interview with you. I do not interview with little weenie boys lost in your little internet weenie world who stalk women and men on the internet, defame them in your monetized channel. Just because I rejected you. Poor little baby. Stalkers display an obsessive personality. They are not just interested in, but totally obsessed with the person they're pursuing. Yes, he downloaded the transcripts to all of my videos. He is absolutely obsessed. This is a sickness that needs to be treated. Along with obsessive thinking, stalkers also display other psychological or personality problems and disorders. They may suffer from erotomania, paranoia, schizophrenia, and delusional thinking. They tend to have rigid personalities and maladaptive style, said Professor Reed Malloy. These personality disorders in themselves are very stable and not treatable. And although there are drugs to treat certain specific mental disorders, stalkers, when given the choice, seldom continue with their medication or treatment. Stalkers are above average in intelligence and are usually smarter than run-of-the-mill person with mental disorders. They will go to great and even ingenious lengths to obtain information about their victims or to find victims who have secretly moved. Yes, I've been told that the Gorilla Boy is a hacker. I've been told that the Gorilla Boy is a hacker, folks. And by the way, I have received multiple emails under various email addresses from the Gorilla Boy. A text message, a voice message, videos that he creates about me. And a police officer did call the phone number that he left on my phone. Stalkers have been known to hack into computers, tap telephone lines, take jobs at public utilities that allow them to access the victim's information or information about the victims, and even to travel thousands of miles and spend thousands of dollars to gain information about or find their victims. They're also often smart enough to gain access to people who have established stringent security measures. Stalkers may, at times, use their intelligence to throw others off their trail. They often make elaborate plans even before the stalking begins. They can control and manipulate with fear and intimidation. Many stalkers were deprived of their parents for some time when they were children. They were separated at earlier than 5 years age, and it is difficult for them to form attachments. Stalkers do not see their behavior as inappropriate. Stalkers often suffer from low self-esteem and feel they must have a relationship with the victim in order to have any self-worth. Some stalkers believe that they can attach themselves to famous or important people. Some of this fame and importance will transfer to them. Few stalkers can see how their actions are hurting others. Also, they display other sociopathic thinking and that they cannot learn from experience. And this individual has harassed other people on the internet. He continues to call people targeted and TIs, okay? Targeted people are victims of community-based harassment and stalking, just as this creature, NirvGorilla. And he's a creature. He is a cyber-stalker. And everybody that is tagged by this cyber-stalker should be reported to YouTube. Now, I'm not telling you what you should and shouldn't do, but it is in your best interest that if he is tagging you and it is unwanted, it is unwanted contact, unwanted emails from him, and you don't want to see his contact and you are not subscribed to his channel, it is in your best interest to discard anything that is unwanted in your email and by contacting YouTube. And in my opinion, YouTube needs to have a cyber-stalking button. And perhaps they will add one. And it will be easily provable if they have a cyber-stalking button to click on that person's activity and see what they have been doing. And I guarantee if Elon Musk purchased YouTube, he would do that. Stalkers many times have a mean streak and will become violent when frustrated. How violent? Often deadly. So I'm going to continue on. Again, I just started reading the book. But these are the qualities that stalkers have, okay? So, stalking involves harassment and annoyance. Stalkers can also be extraordinarily dangerous, believing that their victims love and care for them. Stalkers can become violent when frustrated. All stalkers are potentially violent. Look carefully at the traits listed below and be wary of someone seems to fit these qualities. 1. Will not take no for an answer. 2. Has an obsessive personality. 3. Above average intelligence. 4. No or few personal relationships. 5. Lack of embarrassment or discomfort at actions. 6. Low self-esteem. 7. Sociopathic thinking. 8. Has a mean streak. Many readers will likely believe that the traits listed above apply only to people occupying the bottom edge of society's social strata, the uneducated and unsophisticated. However, this is not so. Stalkers can come from any class and from any background. Here, look. You're going to get a letter from me, and you'd better listen to every word of it and do what it tells you to do, or you're going to be in serious trouble, and you're not going to see your daughter again. You hear me? So I'm going to start over again. Wow, look at this nice stripe. So I received an email. You should have taken an interview with me. Now I'm going to have to publicly shame you. These may or may not be exact words, but they are similar words. And that is an email I received from NirvGorilla. You want to take an interview with me? No, I don't want an interview with you. All of your contact is unwanted, undesirable, and considered to be harassment, menace, and stalking. And I am saying this out loud publicly because I do not consent. The fact that you have the audacity to continue to email me over and over again from different email addresses tells me how obsessive and compulsive you are. Your behavior is delusional. Can you not get any other content for your channel rather than go onto mine to defame and discredit me? And what do you think, boys and girls? But I'm noticing with my phone right now, for some reason or other, it's very dull looking, very dim, and I've got this lock. I must have hit a button or something, so the quality is not good. But the point is that this individual is relentless, obsessive, compulsive, vulgar, and not anybody I would remotely want anything to do with, nor will I ever interview with this person, because I find you to be a despicable human being. Not only are you despicable, you're obnoxious, and I do believe that you are some basement dweller who hides out behind your keyboard because you cannot maintain a personal relationship in the real world. And I'm going to rest my case here. I have not read the rest of the book. But I'm going to say one thing, another thing. I did have a real bona fide stalker in New Jersey. It was somebody that I dated very briefly, like 3 times. And he would not leave me alone. He was harassing my daughter. He was harassing me. I got a restraining order against this creature. And he violated it, not once, but twice. And then every year, he took me back to court to try to get it removed. And every year, the judge ruled against him. You want to be persistent, little boy? You want to end up in jail? No, that's not a threat. But you don't know who you're dealing with, okay? I am relentless. And if you continue to harass me, I will go through every possible avenue to find you and get you locked up. I will get a restraining order against you. Mark my words. This is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. And anybody out there that is being harassed or stalked, sometimes you don't know who the individual is. Like, I don't really know exactly this person's name, but I will find out. And if he continues to create videos about me, he will continue to be reported to YouTube. And I very much appreciate all the subscribers that have been alerting me to these videos. I've been very busy here. We had this horrible weather for a few days. And I'm just busy here with animals and other things, you know. I've got a lot of work here. It's a lot to do. So I so appreciate your being my eyes and ears and following up and providing me with the information that I don't have time to locate. So thank you so much to everybody who's looking out for my best interests. I so appreciate it. But yes, I'm really pissed off now. I don't need this aggravation. I've got enough aggravation in my life. I have a large property to take care of. I've got a lot of responsibility. And I do my best to put out decent content for all you guys. And on another note, someone is, and I believe it is a NirvGorilla, who every time I post a video, it goes from being 100% to 60%, literally in minutes of my posting the video. Somebody is downvoting it multiple times so that it is not seen in the YouTube algorithms. So I would appreciate everybody giving my videos a thumbs up. You know I forget sometimes. I don't always remember. I'll watch YouTube creators' videos and I like and I'll comment, and sometimes I don't always hit the like button. But it's so important for YouTube creators for you to hit the like button. It also combats stalkers that are looking to discredit you. And maybe he is being paid by the deep state. Maybe he is a deep state whore. Maybe he's being paid by a private contractor. I don't know. I don't really care. But he's going to be exposed because I'm not the first person he's done this to. This is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading signing off.